Hello everyone. Hey, it's Friday. It's Friday morning, taking a day of vacation, if you really want to call it vacation. I'm actually vacating the house. That's probably a better way to put it. My wife is having a bridal shower for one of her best friend's daughters this weekend, and the house has just been chaos the last couple of weeks, getting everything ready and getting things in order. So my wife is down to the last few hours before the party this weekend, so a lot on deck and at the corporate offices. So basically, I was told to vacate the property, take the dogs with me, and I can return after the weekend. So I've been exiled to the farm this weekend, and you know what? That's okay. The only bad news is going to be one of those miserable weekends in Texas where the weather is 99 degrees, humidity, heat index, probably 105 to 110 in that range. So another miserable August week in Texas. But what am I going to do? What's on deck? Well, the main thing on deck is we've neglected the pecan orchard this year with everything else going on. So I've got to get the pecan orchard back in shape. I got to get the lanes mowed. We got to make sure the lanes are clear and no weeds and everything, because it won't be long. We'll be approaching harvest time, and when the pecans start to fall, you want the ability to pick them up relatively easily, not having to dig around in the tall grass looking for them. So got some work to do there. Also, need to look at doing some shredding on the rental property. Last week, the cedars that we had knocked down, I actually cut some of the trunks off of the stumps, so I really need to get back on that cedar project. Bottom line is I'm kind of looking for jobs this weekend that I can do from the inside of the tractor. It's just going to be so hot. That's kind of what's on deck. You try to work smart this time of the year, and anything I can do in the tractor is working smart. So, all right, guys. Hey, hope you enjoyed this video for the weekend. I'll keep you updated, but we're going to try to make some stuff happen. Okay, quick update. Friday afternoon, it's about 4 o'clock. Look what we got behind us. We have got the John Deere HX15 Batwing Shredder. It's a 15-foot shredder, and we got it hooked up to the New Holland 5060. We're over here at our rental property that connects to telephone 2. And we are trying to be good stewards and renters, and we are going to do a little shredding is what we're going to do. Hopefully it's like 99 degrees and it is hot, brutal, and good time to get out and start shredding. That's kind of what we're thinking. So all right, so the place we're going to go is on the other side of this tree line. We call that the east side of the property. So I'll give you updates as we move along here. Okay, you can kind of see what we're in here, man. We're in some thick old vines. Golly, they're almost as tall as the front tire on the tractor. Man, it is so rough here. The hog damage is just so severe. We are having to go super slow. But we'll eventually get this place in check and kind of see what it looks like beforehand. I can tell you there's probably a couple of hundred little bitty trees that are coming up, 2 and 3 foot tall, that we're wiping out. And we'll slowly get this place in check. The cows, when we put them in here, there's so many weeds and stuff, and the weeds are so tall, they just won't even mess with it for the most part. So, cows that really enjoy the path of least resistance. So we'll get these weeds knocked down. We'll put the cows in here for another 2 or 3 weeks this fall. And I think we're making improvements. We'll show you the next pasture, which is on the other side of these cedars. We've been doing a little bit more grazing over there. We've shredded that a couple of more times than this pasture. And it's actually done relatively well. It's bouncing back a little bit. So we just got to keep the rotational grazing going, allowing the cows to refertilize and to mow and keep the weeds down. And we'll see what happens. But all right, more progress. Okay, well, we're closing in on 6 o'clock, and we're making a little progress, I guess. It's just so rough. It's so bad. The hog hog damage is just so bad. You can't get any speed out of it. You got to ride around with your hand on the lever to raise the deck up and down. You really got to be in tune with the mower and listen to the sound of the RPM. And man, this is not fun. I feel like I've been shaken and not stirred if I was a martini. But yeah, it's just brutal out here, man. I feel like I'm in a 12-round heavyweight match, and I'm getting just the crap beat out of me. I mean, I'm just jarred. But hey, we're making progress. We're going to get this place in shape. It's the right thing to do. It needs to be done. I like the satisfaction of getting that accomplished. And we're going to keep plugging away at it. We'll just beat it into submission. How do you like that? So last time I was doing this about this time of the day, what was really unique was behind me, I looked back at about 300 yards or 200 yards behind me, there would be wild hogs that were coming out and actually rooting around in the fresh, shredded pasture. So I'm kind of expecting as things get closer to dark here, 7 o'clock, 7:30, I really anticipate we're going to see some hogs. But you can kind of see what we're dealing with, man. This is pretty tough shredding for sure. So more to follow. Okay, here it is. It's closing in on 7 o'clock on a Friday night. We've made pretty good progress here on this little track. I'm not sure how many acres are in here. I will look tonight on the distance tool app. I'll do you can do some measurements, and it will, basically it's like Google Earth, but it'll actually tell you the number of acres in a parcel. So I'll try to figure out how many acres it is, but we're about 3 hours into this, which is kind of what I thought it was going to take to get it done. And we're making pretty good progress so far, so hold on a second. This is pretty challenging, man. You got to constantly adjust the height of the deck based for hog damage and everything else, but you can see the sun's still up. This is what it kind of looks like behind us though. The John Deere HX15 shredder. It's a beast of a machine, man. That thing was like $12,000 or $15,000 like 15 years ago, and I would be scared to death to even see what one would cost today. But man, it is a tank. And it just keeps on going. So the New Holland 5060's really done well today. I've been watching the temperature, trying to make sure that nothing overheats. I do have a gas-powered steel blower behind my seat. So in the event if the air conditioner stops working well, or if the temperature gauge starts to creep up, I can get out and I can actually blow off the radiator and the condenser coils and everything, just to make sure this thing keeps functioning. But I apologize for the shakiness of this video, but this is what it's like. I feel like I'm out in the ocean in the middle of a hurricane. It's just so uneven. The hog damage is just sickening. And but we're plugging away. More to follow. Okay, Friday night, about 7:30. Been going all day long. Left the house about 7:30, but thought I'd give you a beautiful sight here, man. So look at, we got, this is telephone one. So this is the hay meadow that we baled last week. Of course, we got about 1.5 inches of rain on it, spread out over a couple of rains. So, you know, 1/2 inch here, 3/4 there, 1/4 here. And I tell you what, it bounced back, because when we cut the hay, man, it sure looked brown. We were in trouble, but we had a week of cooler temps. The cattle looked pretty content. So what did we do today? Well, we got down here and we started working in the pecan orchard. We mowed all the lanes, because they also baled the pecan orchard. But, you know, they can't get up close to the trees, so we came back and we mowed with the John Deere 525E 0-turn mower. We mowed the lanes. We still got to come back and spray a little Roundup. I know you guys don't like it when I say that, but we got to get the lanes all cleared out, weeds killed, so that when the pecans start to fall, they're easy to find. I don't want to dig in the grass trying to find them. All right, then we went over to the rental property and we shredded, and I don't know, I'm gonna say that's probably 15 acres we shredded today with the John Deere HX15 shredder and the New Holland 5060 tractor. So for Friday, it's been pretty productive. I'm wiped out, I'm tired, the sun's going down. It's late in the afternoon here at Heritage Farms, and hey, more to follow. Tomorrow's Saturday. We're gonna jump on it again at sunrise. Okay guys, well, here we are. It is Saturday morning, bright and early, and we're on the rental property. And this is gonna be a day of pretty easy shredding. There's not a lot of big stuff, if you will, that we're having to deal with in this pasture, which is great. Just mainly some goat weeds and stuff that we're just knocking down, and hopefully get the grass a chance to kind of bounce back here. Some yucca plants. Look at there, there's an old forklift, or fork somebody left behind. But hey, so that's what we're doing today. Just a little bit more of the same old, same old. Hey, just another busy weekend, but boy, what a beautiful weekend. It's gonna be like 100 degrees today with the heat index, probably around 110. There's heat advisory warnings out, so it's 7 o'clock here on Saturday morning. We're trying to make stuff happen early. Okay guys, thought I'd give you an update. So we are 2 hours in on a Saturday morning. Started at 7, it's 9 o'clock. We're about halfway done with this field. I don't know if you can tell behind me. We're cutting it a little bit on the high side just because if you look down here, there's just not that much grass. A lot of yucatan plants. But the grass is getting better. We've been grazing it. This is we've had 2 rotations with the cows in here this year, where normally in years past we've only done 1, and we'll probably actually do a 3rd here and get them in here sometime before fall. Give this a week or 2 to recover, bounce back a little bit, and then we'll throw the cows in here for a couple of weeks. So it's a process, you know, unless you throw a lot of money at weed killing and fertilizing and no-till drilling and planting seeds. You kind of got to go nature's approach and utilize the cattle to spread the seeds, to provide the fertilizer, and to, you know, occasionally shredding like this as it helps to choke the weeds out. And you know, if weeds are young, the cows will eat them sometimes, but as they get tall and tough, the cows have no interest in them. So it's a process and it takes time, but I can tell you where we've been doing a lot of aggressive rotational grazing. I've seen progress. If you guys haven't checked out a channel, go out and check out Greg Judy, Regenerative Rancher. He's got a phenomenal channel, and he is the expert at taking a bad piece of property and turning it into something good. So there is a way to do it naturally, and you know, years of farming and everything takes its toll on property, and sometimes you just got to give back, and sometimes it takes a little time to get some stuff and get the soil conditions built back up, and I think that's kind of some of the things you're seeing. So you know, in an environment where there is no cattle, you know, it's a catch-22, because the cattle are not spreading their fertilizer, the cattle are not eating the seeds and spreading them out, so you kind of just have to have cattle. I mean, cattle really helps the property as long as you don't overgraze it, and so we're going to make some progress. We're going to try to get this place back in shape here, so you can kind of see what we're dealing with. It's pretty sparse, you know. In an ideal world, you don't want to see the bare dirt, because the heat just cooks the bare dirt, and it just makes it so much harder for grass to grow and everything else. So that's why you're starting to see the yucca plants and the cacti come into this area. But hey, one step at a time. I think it's looking pretty good. We've had a good year so far. I'm contemplating whether or not I want to disc this place in the fall and put ryegrass out. At least that way I may have something going. I think the ryegrass would provide some cover and would help going into next spring. It sure seemed to help with some of our other properties, but I'm kicking that idea around. It's only time and money, and unfortunately I have less time than anything. But all right, gotta let you go, running into a tight spot here. This dog has been pinned up for a little while, and you can tell she's full of energy and wanting to go do something. Come over here, Kimber, come on. Kimber, come on. Let's go. Whoa. Hey guys, all right, so we're up here at the pecan orchard today, so I thought I would take a look here. So this is, what are we dealing with here? So this is basically the 20th of August. I want you guys to check out some of these clusters here of pecans, man. There is quite a few. Look at that little guy right there with the cluster of 5. So, you know, these trees are right at that stage where they are really starting to produce. The big challenge, of course, is if I can keep the crows and everybody else away from this. So we're gonna figure this out here very shortly, but hold on one second. Kimber, come on. Gotta make sure the dog's coming. So we're working on our training utilizing just tones. So when she gets out of reach, or if I want her to come back, I give her a little tone, not a zap, not a vibrate, but this particular controller has, it's a Garmin. It's got tone, it's got vibrate, and of course it's got shock. But all we need to use right now is the vibe and the tone. But anyway, I digress. I'm back to looking at the pecans. Let's walk to the next one. Come on, Kimber. So yesterday I came in and I mowed the lanes, which you can kind of see that they look a little bit better and everything, but hold on. Kimber, come on. Trying to keep that dog close. So let's see here. Where'd he go? There's one. Let's come over here. So see that little cluster there's got 2. There's a single pecan. They got good shape to them. Color looks pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Let's walk over here and check this guy out. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good performer. So look right there. There's a nice little cluster. Little cluster of 2, cluster of 3. Yeah, this tree's pretty heavy with them. There's a grouping. You see another one. Look at this little group of 4 in there, followed by a group of 2, group of 3. Yeah, this tree's got a few pecans on it. Nice. Kimber, come on. Yeah, yesterday I came in here and mowed all the lanes. Tried to make things look a little bit better. We got a little bit more work to do, but yeah, I'm pretty happy. The trees have a fair amount of pecans on them. Keep in mind, these trees are still relatively young in regards to pecan orchards and everything. So the fact that they have nuts on them already, I'm kind of digging it. I'm kind of digging it. All right, look at this crazy dog, man. She's been pent up and she is still running. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Just doing a little pecan orchard update, looking at some of the pecans. Hopefully we can keep the crows and the squirrels away, and maybe we can actually have a few for ourselves this year. All right, more to follow. Okay guys, here's your opportunity, so let the jokes fly. A Kubota pulling a New Holland tractor. It's a shameful, shameful day for New Holland tractor owners, being pulled out of the pasture by a Kubota. Well, evidently we're having fuel pump filters, or fuel pump issues again on the New Holland 5060. I replaced one about a year ago, but you know, it was some generic brand, and who knows, I don't think it held up very well, but nothing like being stranded out in the middle of the pasture. You can see we got the shredder back there. Have to come back and get it in another trip. Sad, sad day.